What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Hex Foodies. What's up, Finbear?
Hey man, I'm sorry. I'm just. I thought I would have time to do this in the green room, but no. I'm just gonna change my background picture real quick.
Let's try
I
to
got
force something on you.
yeah. I got some boobies for the background. Hopefully everybody likes boobies.
See, I've got something here.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Boobies, blue-legged boobies in the background,
Those are cute.
and they have blue legs and feet. Look really weird.
Wow, they look at you like you're the idiot, and it's like, no, your feet are blue.
They're not that kind of boobies, you idiot. That's what the face says. Can you hear me okay? Is it fine if I keep the microphone like this far from my face?
Everything's good.
Yeah, nice.
So, what you been up to?
Oh, not much really. It's like fall season is really boring. I'm just waiting for the leaves to fall so that I can finally like rake them under my growing beds, and then I'll just wheelbarrow the dirt on top and leave it over like under a tarp for the winter.
Okay.
So I should be good to go in the spring.
I think I'm experiencing another drought. We haven't had rain in a while, so it's not been a fun fall. However, I can recognize exactly the temperature of the air and the amount of sunlight that hits me. I know that it's an October morning or an October evening.
Yeah, October is my favorite.
It's really nice.
I like October a lot.
Hey, everybody, we do this every Tuesday at noon Central US time. You're welcome to join in. We've got a Telegram group, t.me/hex foodies. We put the links to join and then the links for the YouTube as well over there. Down at the bottom, I've got a scrolling ad for becoming a part of the treasury. So I've created a bunch of HSI stakes. The idea is that every spring and fall we'll have an HSI stake come due. That means that we can mint the Hedron off of it and we can mint the hex off of it. And because it's an HSI stake, it can be tokenized as an NFT and sent. I can create it and then I can send the stake to your wallet. And the idea, I've got a fly around here. The idea is that one of our Hex Foodies members is the custodian, is the guardian of that HSI until it becomes due. And when it becomes due, you come back to the group and you say, hey, mine became due. What do I do with it? And as a group, everyone decides this is our project that we're going to fund for this time period with these funds.
Yeah,
So it's meant
and
to
if
be a
and
group
uh,
project. Hmm.
and I would think that if it happens that it's not a terribly large amount of money, you could just do a new HSI stake and throw it out 15 years and give it to the next guy or keep it yourself.
That's a good point.
Yeah. There's
Very,
no, like, we don't have to spend $700 on a project if we don't feel like that's like quite enough yet, you know?
whenever you said that, I was thinking the opposite. If it becomes a large amount of money, it could go towards the next HSI for 15 years. But if it's a small amount of money, we could go ahead and get the practice of interacting with the world
Oh,
with
well,
these
that, yeah,
funds.
that's actually, yeah, good point. So we would still, we would get something done anyways. Like you can do a lot of, say, if you wanted to seed bomb something or whatever, you could do like buckets and buckets full of seed bombs if you wanted to, and it's just like, I don't know, throw them out the window of a train for what I care. But like, sure, you could do some like guerrilla gardening type stuff with very little money.
So be creative and inventive.
All
But
right. So should we agree that we're at least gonna spend some of the money, even though it's not terribly much? We're gonna do something
I think so.
every time. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
And maybe it'll gear us up. We'll start
Oh, of
small.
course of course it will. Yeah,
I mean, we've spoken with Morton Hike, and he's told us that over there in Zanzibar, a good salary could be $300 per month. And so he's able, if we just had $300, he's able to hire somebody to
mm,
to be his right wing for an entire month.
yeah. It's a big island. I don't know if they're probably really hard working over there in Zanzibar, but I know plenty of islands where people seem to take it pretty chillaxed.
That's really interesting. The island time, right?
Yeah. Well, you always have to wait for everything to get to you by boat or something. So I would imagine there's a lot of waiting involved if you live on an island.
Yeah, that's interesting. The cargo comes in and then it scatters, and that's like the rate of your heartbeat. The cargo comes
Yeah,
in, it scatters.
yeah, you get that.
Resources are depleted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. D-Rush is saying that least we could do is plant a couple of trees and dig a well or something. And why not? Absolutely. But not only dig wells. Like we could dig ponds. We could do all kinds of rainwater catchment things. They don't cost hardly anything.
Well,
And in particular,
the well is getting straight to a need, straight to a point. I know that
yeah,
there's a lot of Christian missionaries that go around uh, providing people with wells.
Yeah, they've been doing it for 80 years or something. Doesn't seem that effective to me. We've paid, I think, like several billion euros as aid into Africa, and the only thing that's gotten them is a couple of guys have really nice cars over there, and then like tractors that are rusting next to a field because nobody knows how to fix them. It's an absolute waste of money.
So I am sharing my other screen, and this is as far as I've gotten on the HSI stakes, where I have 4 wallet addresses provided by Hexon Air, Reggie Bone, Morton Hike, and Keltex. And I think Sequoia sent me one this morning. And then over here, there's an HSI address. So each of these NFTs actually has an address. A few of these that don't have an address yet, it's because I didn't catch the ETH um, lower rates Gwei at the time.
Yeah,
So I just stopped minting because it started reaching like $4 each, and before it was like $1.50.
yeah, yeah,
And then over here on the hashtag, that's me um, creating or like whenever I send it out, then I'm documenting the hashtag. So from then on, we'll be able to see it leave my custodial wallet into your custodial wallet. And then
yeah,
obviously over here on the left are the specifics of how many lengths of days and what day it started and what day it's due. Is it in the fall or the spring, and of what year?
yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry, I'm looking
everybody.
away. I'm looking away because I'm spamming the link everywhere.
So if you're not aware of this treasury divide that we're doing, please come participate, be involved. Right now, I've got Inviting Freedom, Roland, and myself as carrying 2 HSIs, and so we can divide it up more.
Yeah,
So these
yeah. I
longer
noticed you.
stakes. Oh,
You
Diraj
picked
too.
them. Yeah, and the rush went full on out
He's the
there.
only one who said 2037. So as of
Yeah,
right now, like I didn't, I realized, I thought it was going to be that only 15 or so people were going to chime up.
yeah.
So
That looks already like a
there's
quite a
about
spread.
26, 27.
Yeah, yeah.
Had there
That's
been only
that's already
15, I would have given everybody 2.
yeah. Well, maybe we drop some folks from there. take
Yeah,
take this.
maybe we do.
But you can see D-Ross there. Obviously, he wants to have the golden sprinklers. That's why he took the last 2 spots.
He wants the golden aquaponic system.
Yeah, yeah. That would be awesome. And like aquaponics, where you grow fish and the macrobrachia. What was it? The the prawn with the huge what's it called, the front leg, is it a scissors or what are they called, the
These
crab's fingers,
dorsal
yeah. No,
dorsal
like a
factor, right?
crab, yeah, a crab.
Okay.
Crab has fucking scissors, come on man, this is your language, work with me. So like macrobrachia means like a giant uh, hand crab, which is like a prawn that you can grow in warm water, and it grows to be like really big. The thing is, it has like 11 or 12 stages of development, so it's you don't just dig a hole in the ground and start growing them there because they cannibalize the like, younger prawns.
Hmm.
But still, like awesome way to get a lot of protein, a lot of protein without very much input, and you also get not like crayfish, more like prawns, but giant prawns, like massive, not almost like tiger prawns. Hey man, dude's driving. So try to be safe. You don't need to type. You can just keep your
This this
yeah.
comes whenever he presses S. It automatically.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah. Yeah, but
So
anyways, so it would be cool to have both fish and some kind of shellfish or crabs or something, and you could have like a greenhouse or like a shade house, depending on how warm the place is where you run your business, and you could have like a shitload of vegetables growing over there without having to put any money into fertilizers.
problem solved.
Oh yeah, it's very difficult because you know solutions to so many problems and nobody listens to you.
So there's a lot of Hexicans who are very talented in the things that we talk about, and they don't speak up. They
Yeah,
have so much wealth that that they just continue to do the bug out thing, and I'm happy for them.
yeah, and then but there's also like we have a lot of like actual farmers in the Hex Foodies chat, which is amazing to me. Like I'm super stoked about it because I want to go and meet those guys eventually and see what it is that they're doing. Like I want to be like the you know magical godfather and come in and bring get you all sorts of shit that you didn't even know you wanted. Like we're getting electric fencing everywhere and Mrs. gets new boobs and whatever you want, man. We're fixing it.
Sort of like with nature, like have you minted your hedron yet, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
like, oh, you're doing this, but
Uh,
have you? What about this
yeah.
little
You didn't even know
dividend?
you had an electric fence coming here. No, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, so throughout the years or the year that we've been doing this, there have been a lot of pictures come through that allow us to see that everybody's got heck of talent.
Yeah,
I
there's
think it's
all
awesome.
kinds of cool stuff going on over there. And there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the world, like in general at the moment, like regarding the Fed and the markets and all that crap.
So, what's this deal with the British pound going berserk?
Well, their banks were going under, and the central bank said that they're going to print something like 5 billion a day to buy up the debt from the market so that it doesn't crash.
Okay.
And they gave some kind of a time period. I think it was like 30, 40 days or something that they're going to print 5 billion a day. So that's that inflation that we're always talking about. And the markets didn't take too kindly to that news, combined with they had some new budget things that they had to work up, like kind of like on the run, and they weren't too well done. I don't know if you've seen, but the Brits seem to have like Spice Girls running the government.
At least they don't look like they're gonna die right after they get off
Oh
screen.
yeah, yeah. I hopefully their health minister is a fat pig like ours. It seems like that's a trend
That
all
is a
over Europe.
trend.
You need to have like if you want to be a health minister, you gotta look like this. This is your fucking fat face. You're fine for a minister of like anything that's got to do with vaccinations and shit. It's a good thing I just ate before I came. I feel like I'm a bit hangry.
Oh,
What's that?
so this is mouth spray.
Yeah.
So and
Is it
and it's
some mushroom stuff?
yeah, it's immune support, mushroom shield, myco
Myco.
myco shield spray.
Wow.
Sorry, I can't
So what does it
get
protect
it
you of?
right. It's a supplement.
Oh, cool.
So it's me getting my dose of mushrooms.
Sweet. Oh, I just remembered, like, after the stream, do you remember last week Marcus had pictures where, or we were looking at the pictures where there were bees going through wood chips in the ground.
Ooh.
Do you remember that one? There's a reason
Um,
why they do it. So I just remembered it after the stream. But uh, it turns out that the bees have like an insufficient production of different enzymes in their body. So they're lacking some enzymes that are vital to any insects. And the way they get those enzymes is they find an area where they can see exposed fungal, like, what's it called, hyphae? No, the not the spores, but the part that's spreading, like the fungal mass that's growing underground.
I know what you're saying, but you threw me
Yeah,
off with Hy-Vee.
hyphae, hyphae, something like that is called. Anyways, they go and they sort of tickle that freaking mushroom thing, and it exudes uh, those they're not nutrients, they're enzymes that have to do with like the cellular functions of the bee. So bees that have access to some place where there's like fungus growing, it extends their life tremendously, something like 30-40%. So they, yeah, rhizomes, exactly, D-Rush. Thanks, man.
Sweet.
Yeah. I remember all these words if I'm typing. If I'm just in the chat trolling everybody, all these words just come to me like that. But when I'm speaking, I don't know what the fuck goes on. It's like I drop like 20 IQ points, which seems impossible, but believe me, guys, it can be done.
That's what happens when you stream.
Yeah, you lose IQ points.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the wood chips thing. I'm in the chat right now through the
Yeah,
pictures.
you know the mushroom guy that everybody likes, Paul Stamets.
Mm,
You- he has a product that he sells to beekeepers. I forget its name, but it's made out of uh, mushrooms, and it works to keep the bees alive longer in the nest.
that's cool.
Yeah. So,
Next time
but
I talk to a beekeeper, I'm going to ask him about this because that would be an awesome little additive.
yeah, the way they uh, give it out to the bees is they have like a just a very small feeder, like almost like a seed feeder for birds that you can just hang up somewhere on a twig or something. And the bees, once they find it, they're all over it. It's like they can't get enough of the stuff.
Do they deposit it or they
They
just
need it to
consume a little bit
survive.
of it?
Yeah, they need it to survive. It helps their body to cleanse out all the muck from within their cells. That's why they live so much longer. So,
Okay.
like, they've done tests with that stuff, and the professor who was an expert in bees said to this Stamets fellow that he's been studying bees for something like 20 years, and he's never seen a product that has such a long-lasting and noticeable effect on the entire population of the hive. So, like, he was absolutely psyched up about it.
I like it how if we just like throw dirt at things, it does better with those things. The mixture works better. Okay, so there's this Nickelodeon show called Angry Beavers, and it's a cartoon, and I used to watch it sometimes just to waste time because I was a kid.
Yeah,
And so I'm sitting there watching this one time, and they had this thing called Stinky Toe, and so like it's a disease that goes around and affects the forest animals. But there are these two brothers, and of course one of them's dark haired and one of them's light haired, and they're both goofy. And one of them has stinky
Did
toe,
you
and they
open? I'm sorry. Did you open another tab or something? Because your picture just turned to crap.
I don't know. No, this guy right here, this is crap.
Yeah, like I think my picture looks pretty sharp. I'm checking on my phone, and it looks like you're
So
not
I'm bad.
you're not moving.
Interesting. I don't know what's going on.
Hexamere says it that it looks like you've got a bad signal. For once, it's you. It's not me.
It does say that
Sometimes
my
it's
Wi-Fi is low in this little top corner.
Hmm.
Um,
Anyway. Can you
so
please
back
continue?
to
Sorry,
back to the stinky toe.
stinky toe.
Stinky toe. So they couldn't figure out. They just kept trying to like isolate Stinky Toe, and they couldn't figure out how to get rid of Stinky Toe for one of the guys. And so they tried this ointment, that thing. They bought the snake oil salesman's guy's thing, and eventually they find out that all they need to do is add stink to stink, and there is no stink. So it was
Oh,
some amount of like just add dirt to it and make it add diversity to it, and somewhere inside that diversity you would find a solution.
yeah, something cures it.
I loved the underlying story to that.
I wonder what happened because you were really crisp when we started. The picture was really good, but now it's like 144p. It's really
But
bad.
let me tell you why it is that I loved the Stinky Toe story, or like how I utilized it myself. Besides going forward now and seeing all sorts of ways that this same lesson could be applied. It's like whenever I have something sticky from the garden on my hands, I'll go rub my hands into some mulch, or I'll go rub my hands into some dry clay dirt,
Yeah,
and it'll bond with whatever it is that's annoying me on my skin, and then I can wash both away.
yeah, yeah. That's something that comes almost automatic. I remember as a child, I used to do that. It felt like rubbing your hands on grass made it cleaner than just washing them with water. So first,
Exactly.
like outside, you just rub them on grass first, and then go and. Oh my God, my mustache is killing me, guys. I think I'm gonna shave. Like I'm gonna leave a bit, but most of this is gonna it's got to go.
I want
It's
to see the
driving
mustache alone.
it's driving me nuts, man. Okay, so I think it's gonna be the universal way a beard leaves. So first I'm gonna make a cut a hole here, take out this, and make it into like funny sideburns. Then I'm gonna cut off the sideburns and just make like leave handlebars. Then we're gonna have the Adolf, and then I'm gonna trim it off.
Is that week after week or day after day?
No, that's like a 15-minute thing. I'm not gonna walk around with the Adolf. It's just for my personal chuckles in the toilet, and then I go like and cut them off.
I do all sorts of things and then I walk out with all of it shaved.
I remember when I cut my beard before we went outside to eat in this fancy place, and a movie later, and I went in the car, and the missus saw my face and started crying. I was like, "Yes, that's a successful beard trim." She just looks at you and says, "Wow!" Water starts flying.
But the end of the story ends up with her pulling the car back into the driveway and telling you to go
Yeah.
change it before
No,
you
I,
go.
I turned the car around. I was like, dude,
Okay.
I'll go and fucking I'll cut the whole thing off. I have to leave something, otherwise the kids are gonna just disrespect me.
Mm,
Yeah, so I gotta leave like a 5 o'clock shadow at least.
you could prepare for Halloween. Hex on air saying,
Yeah, yeah, or maybe like if I get lucky, I've sent out some resumes and CVs and applications. Maybe I'll get like job interview or something. That'd be cool. Put on
so
like a
me,
brown shirt with a black tie and Hitler mustache. Call myself Annie. They wouldn't
um,
know which way to turn. I'm pretty sure he looked like Hitler, but he also said he's a woman. Should we hire him? Like we would get so many ticks off the like we could tick so many boxes off off our sin list just by hiring that guy.
is that how HR thinks, or is that how CEOs?
That's probably like how HR has to operate. Otherwise, they have no purpose. Why would I don't know why you need like HR departments in regular businesses. I don't know how many employees do you need to have before you must have somebody working for HR. There's a law over here that once you hire your 20th person, it has to be the person who's in charge of HR. So that means that most of the companies over here do not grow over 19 people. So that's how big it is. And then if we need to do something else, we're gonna open a different business so that we don't need to fuck up with like mess with the HR department.
Ours has something to do with 40 people.
Yeah,
I I forgot exactly like what you grow into whenever you have that amount of 40 people. So the restaurants that I would do architecture for down here downtown, they would have that cap of that many people helping them out, and as employees versus as contractors themselves.
yeah, yeah. So just by setting the laws in a funny way like that,
Oh, I think
you
it was health insurance. I think it was Obama's uh, plan for health insurance made it to where that's the size that they could get
oh
before
yeah,
they had to start
Obamacare.
offering that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Obamacare. That was a that was a success, huh? Huge. That
So
was a
many
huge success.
so many scams were brought to the table because of that.
Hey, check this. Finland, a country of five some million people. Our uh, like minister and the entire department decided that they want to do a complete rehaul of the entire system, like everything that hospitals use, like where they store patient information, all that crap. A complete
Mm.
redo of everything, where everything communicates with everything, and you can just send information to a different hospital by just with a click of a button, whatever, all this cool stuff. And I think they spent something like 1.2 billion euros on it or something, and it doesn't fucking work. And the biggest hospitals in Finland went ahead and built another system for themselves because the one built by the government doesn't work. These two systems do not talk with each other. Absolute clusterfuck, the entire thing. Estonia did the same thing. They have even less people over there, but somebody knows how to code because in Estonia that thing cost like 20 million euros and it works flawlessly.
Hmm.
But sure, you can pump out a billion or so if you do it in Finland. This is absolute nonsense over here.
So how does it feel to be one of 5 million?
Meh.
I think it would be
Uh,
kind of like cool. Like,
like
yeah,
yeah, like special. Yeah,
we
you would
yeah,
think you'd think so. Yeah.
uh-huh.
No, but when you go outside, there's plenty of purple hairs over here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we live in a country that like is full of former serfs. We've the entire fucking country has been under under Swedish or Russian rule for centuries. But still, somehow, we are to blame for slavery.
So the Swedes are more have historically been more powerful than
Well,
Finland and
Swedes had
Norwegians, maybe.
Swedes owned like Norway was almost completely Sweden. Swedes owned Denmark and a sliver of I think a small sliver of northern Germany even. And at the like Sweden was a superpower in the 1600s or something.
Okay.
That's when they had a Finnish fighting force in Europe that they used in the 30-year war called the Hakkapelit. They were like absolutely brutal.
Are you a descendant?
I have no idea. No,
Okay.
probably not. I think our forefathers came from like the Russian side to Finland sometime in the 1600s, but they wouldn't have been fighting for Swedes.
So I'm gonna
But
chill.
there's a village named after my one of my forefathers over there in northern Finland.
Sweet. I'm gonna shill hex postcards. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. I was supposed to say, man, you've been doing some freaking awesome stuff.
Thanks.
Amazing, amazing. And Richard keeps talking about this. Like this is the best thing since sliced bread.
So Togash on Twitter, my friend down here in Texas, has created hexstreamers.com, hexdailystats.com. He also did the Hex Radio app, where it was the recording on YouTube, or it was the recording on Telegram voice
Did
chat
it get did it get
and put
taken
over,
down?
yes,
Yeah,
and put over on YouTube. And so he had done, whenever it gets taken down, he did different versions of it by different names. And
yeah,
so he's done that like 3 times or so. But what he's done is he's realized that Richard tells us directly, like with clear language in his YouTube videos or during interviews, what it is that we should be focusing on, what would make
yeah,
better outreach. And so during the NASCAR time period, I understand that my Wi-Fi is getting worse right now. It's telling me.
yeah.
I
It's
realize
cutting off a
now
bit.
it's a little. I realize now this little signal on the top. To pay attention to it, but there's really nothing I can do besides plugging in the hardline.
Oh man,
Uh,
you're cutting off really bad.
all right, so I'm gonna play with the little Wi-Fi thing over here, and we'll come back to the hex postcards. I'm also gonna change into the shirt that's right behind me. Finbear,
Okay,
just say whatever you want.
I got like a joke or something I can tell. So so did I tell you guys the joke about the miner who there was this guy who decided that he wants to test his luck and see how well he would fare as a miner. So he went to this mining city, which was really remote. It was hundreds of kilometers from any other town, and he was warned beforehand that it's a lonely place and it's gonna take forever for him to get accustomed to living there because it's hard work. That's miner with a E, Diraj, yeah. Uh, and even though he heard all the warnings, he decided that yeah, I wanna give it a shot. So he goes to the mining city. He has the job thing already set up, and they show him the ropes. They give him the helmet. like the hard hat and the light on the forehead and stuff, and show him like this is how you bring down like a part of the tunnel, and this is how the machines work and whatever, and this is your tunnel. Off you go and start banging away, and there he is, like 2 months, just in the tunnel. He comes out like 6 or 7 hours every day just to like take a quick wash and then like sleep. And after 2 months, he goes to his foreman and he's like, "Where do everybody go for fun over here?" And the foreman's like, "Well, we go to the village over there. There's a pub, but you're gonna be disappointed." But the dude's like, "I don't give a fuck. I'll go to the pub because it's been 2 months already." And he goes to the pub, and there's like my there's miners sitting there drinking, and not a woman inside. So he says to the barman that, "Dude, I gotta find a lady. I'm a man. I've been underground for 2 months. There has to be somebody over here that I could do the deed to." The barman's like, "Yeah, there's we fuck Andy." And the guy's like, "Yeah, oh, thank you, but no thank you. I'm not that kind of a guy. Not interested." Goes, like, just finishes his beer, leaves the bar, goes back into the mines, and he's in the mines for another 2 months, and he goes back to the aforementioned pub, speaks to the barman again. Man, I'm only flesh and blood, man. I need to find somebody like this. There's this hole here where my heart used to be because no woman has touched me for almost 6 months. The barman's like, yeah, sorry, man. Like, you fuck Andy. And the guy's like, but I'm not gay, man. I don't wanna fuck Andy. Well, that's the only thing that we do. And then, God damn it. But then, we, like, you'll blabber about this to everybody. I don't want to, like, people are going to talk. The barman's like, well, there's only going to be like 3 people who know about this besides you, so nobody's going to talk. The guy's like, what do you mean, 3 people? Well, I'm going to know about it. You're going to know about it. The guy who holds down Andy is going to know about it, but nobody else is going to know about it. That's it. That was the joke.
What is Andy?
Sorry?
What is Andy?
Andy, just some guy in the bar. Poor
Okay,
bugger. They just.
but he's passed out.
No, there's the guy holding him down. That's why he knows about it, because he held him down. You know it's a successful joke when you need to explain it.
Back to Hex postcards.
Yeah.
Thank you, Finbear. I don't know if I was successful or not rearranging my
You
Wi-Fi
were.
stuff.
Yeah, it looks really crisp.
Sweet.
Yeah. Took years of your life.
Mhm.
Off your face. Hopefully not off your life. Did you point the 5G directly at your nads? Pointed away.
I
That'll
took it
take
off its
years.
side.
That'll
It's a
take
tower.
years of your life.
It's a tower laying on its side. I picked it up and brought it closer. It's on a
Looks
shelf.
looks like it made a difference for sure.
Okay. Hex postcards. It's been going on. The design started during the NASCAR time period. So I think that's April or February. And,
I can't
or
remember.
wait, March is closer. So a guy named Steed inside the Telegram chats and Togosh got together and created a design and started figuring out how they could get that design out. So Togosh has been the author or the owner of all these groups or these websites that have been created. Hexpostcards.com is the official website for all the things that we've been doing. And so, what I want to bring to your attention is that if you go to hexpostcards.com, then all of these buttons are here for you to take action. So, like, say you want to advertise Hex. So, you could go to the take action button, and here's all sorts of Hexakin merch links. And then if you were to want to check out all the postcards that are available that have already been created as far as designs, here's a list of them. And then also maybe the people who design these things would be interested in altering the design if you got in touch with them. And here's their username. And then if it is that you aren't a part of our chat room, t.me/hex postcards, you could easily just click this button and it would take you straight to it. And mail instructions, this is one of my favorite because it goes pretty far into depth. So if you go to click on the mail instructions and then click on the this one right here, printforless.com, every door direct mail. And then scroll down and say get pricing. And then this is a form so that you could see how much a quote would be if it is that you targeted certain zip codes. And so you would say a certain quantity, right? But I use this tool to figure out what routes inside of zip codes. So if you select the Start Here interactive map, here's my Wi-Fi. Hello, Wi-Fi.
Is there some?
This is weird.
Oh, it opened in a new window.
There we are.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go to just any zip code. Let me go to my
90210.
local one. Oh,
90210. Isn't that Beverly Hills? What was the Beverly Hills
not found.
code from? Wasn't that
Yeah.
wasn't that from Beverly Hills 90210? Wasn't like is my entire life a lie? God damn it!
That's interesting, huh?
Oh well, we'll go to yours then.
Instead, I just went to one that I was looking at Boise State University, so that we could start targeting some university students.
Yeah, because they're loaded. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, right. Hopefully they use their parents' credit card without their knowledge.
They wouldn't, like university people, do that, would they? Surely not.
That's Starbucks. It goes straight from parents to Starbucks. That's what it does.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. When I was in university, I wasn't addicted to coffee yet. And a lot of people
Oh, I
battle.
think I was 9 when I started drinking my morning coffee.
Really?
I had a cup of coffee every now and then when I was like 6.
Do you think it helped you
More
with?
than likely, just because I could eat sugar lumps with permission, so I could chow down like 7 of those while I drink my half a cup of coffee.
Okay. Do you think that being exposed to coffee and caffeine and what it does for your body, that helped you prepare for substance abuse?
I I I don't know what it does to my body. I don't feel like caffeine does anything to me. I consume so big amounts of it. Then again, if I were without coffee for like a day, then you'd see what it does for me. So, but I don't know. I've stayed clear of all the drugs and stuff, and I don't have any problems with drinking. So I don't have any sort of personal experiences on it.
That's what I'm getting at is like people who didn't sneak a beer here and there in high school, then go straight up to college and just get sloshed at the first few college parties and
Mm.
make a fool out of themselves, possibly.
Oh yeah, that happens often. Like I don't know if you saw Hexo's stream maybe a week ago or something where he told a story about when he first joined uh, the military and he was out on some kind of a leave or something and got drunk for the first time and he had some I think it was lemon flavored vodka or something and he just chucked it down straight out of the bottle because he didn't know how you're supposed to drink vodka. Ended up like throwing all over the place in some weird hotel and yeah, didn't turn up really nice for him that
and
time.
and of course all his mates are just cheering him on. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah, or like the crappy
See how
ones
far you
just
can go.
they fucking leave you there.
So
It's even worse.
when it is that you arrive at this place on this website, over on the right side, there's a list. At the top of that, click residential only because instead of going after businesses, we're going after residences. And this is the US consensus data, to my knowledge. And
So it's absolutely out of like the data is practically obsolete because I don't think you've been able to do like a proper census for I don't know how many years. I think they uh, ruined the entire endeavor already before Trump.
Trump sent out the last consensus data request form, and I've actually still got it on my desk because I'm not doing that stuff. I don't know where the world's going. I don't know what you want information, documentation of me and where I
No,
live.
no, no, no. I was just complaining as per usual. I'm happy to listen to where you were taking this, anyways. Even though we think consensus data is crap, but that's how
Okay.
they charge you, right?
So this all that is highlighted right here is the zip code, the entire zip code that I had put in that search box. And all of these little divides amongst the zip code, these are routes. So as I understand it, one postal person will visit this route each day. And so what we're able to do is generate a list of routes of interest. Sorry, that's my phone quacking.
That's cool.
So we're able to toggle these things on and off. And then whenever we back up, this list over here on the right will be updated and see how this is a zip code, but with a
Or a route.
C041 at the
Yeah,
end of it, a route at the end of it. And
yeah.
so if it is that a hexagon went and saw that there's wealthy people inside their city that they know really well, and they're like, well, on this block there's wealthy people, on this other block right next to it there aren't wealthy people. Well, this will be a way that uh, we can become more efficient on who we send these postcards to. So my idea is for somebody to generate a list, a short list. So say you got this down to below 5,000 or just below 10,000, because that's where the printer cutoffs are. So just below 5,000, that means that 573 would be sent to to you in the mail, and then the 4,427 would be sent out to every single door in these routes that we've selected. And
Yeah.
we could probably get this out for $1,400 or so. I'm just giving you like a ballpark estimate of maybe 33 cents is like the average. um, Printed postcards to the people's doors. Whatever you want on the postcard is up to whoever's donating the money, or
Yeah.
just leave it up to our group.
And it's double-sided, the postcard as well, isn't it?
It's double sided. It's full color. It's got the little gloss cover over the top of it, so in case there's a little bit of sun or rain that gets to it. They're like 6 by 9, so they're things that are hard to ignore.
Yeah. Quite sizable. Yeah.
And then people ask, like, okay, how do you know that they've been reached? How do you know that it works, that the onboarding works? And so we have QR codes on it right now. We could add your YouTube video, or like your YouTube QR. We could add your phone number if it is that you want to become um, somebody in your local area. And like I've
Yeah.
sent out postcards to my local area because I didn't know what to expect from it.
Hey, I had a crappy idea.
Yeah.
Since it's like 6 inches times 9 inches, what if on the other side of the postcard you would just have uh, like like a 2D version of like a Red Bull can. So you could turn it and make it into a Red Bull can and pop it on the table there.
That sounds
But
pretty fun.
yeah, that would be so inside baseball that nobody would get it. But it would be freaking hilarious if somebody complaining like this cardboard Red Bull can. Whoa!
So I do like the idea, because that gets me thinking about like what sort of cut lines for kids. Like
Yeah,
what if you deliver something to somebody's house where they can just say like, "Hey kids, cut this up and assemble it." And so it's a little hex token or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then
Yeah, some cool like you could cut it out and bend it and do some stuff
yeah,
and glue the pieces back together, and then you'd have like a small 3D version of Richard doing the silly dance.
or have it to
Click
where
click 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 click. You know?
have it to where it's the little, like, no glue involved, and it's
Yeah,
it's comprehensive folding or cereal box
yeah. Or like cut out
overlapping.
pieces that you need to then after you've cut them out, you need to do the bending and stuff, and then sort of assemble it. That would be cool. You could. Oh man, I wonder if you could do like an icosahedron or something, like like a sphere or
That
something like that. That'd be
that's
so
too
cool.
far, too far. So I'm just
But
thinking about
it's
something
not too
that's like,
far. We could do it, man.
I'm
Because
thinking that something that's
that
on the
would.
level of McDonald's handouts, and then once the kid assembles it, the kid's gonna put it like on a shelf, or they're
Yeah,
gonna keep it around
yeah.
somewhere, and
And what's mom gonna do? Throw it in the bin because Richard has a too
eventually,
small of a peepee? No, that's like a treasure because little Andy has never done anything before, but here it is. Like, look at this. We made this, and then you're gonna have to keep it in your like on your fridge door for freaking years.
I like that it's sitting around.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you get your kid to like arts and crafts the fuck out of it, you're not gonna throw it out. You're gonna be stuck with it. I got suitcases full of drawings that we're never gonna look at, but I can't throw them out. Like that's dad. And like they've drawn me when I'm driving a car or something, and it's so funny. Like the stick figure guys and stuff. I don't have the heart to throw that stuff out.
I want to look up some magnets that I've been placing on people's. cars.
Did you have a QR code that leads to like a landing page on those stickers?
On
On
these,
these? Yeah.
yes, there's a QR code. Where does it go? I think it goes to the highest of stakes,
Oh, that's cool. But
and
it's
then
still it's really difficult for you to sort of see how many clicks you get out of those if it leads to the documentary page, because there's several different channels that also funnel people into that website. But if that QR code took you to somewhere like hexagon.cheap or something, then you could have like hard numbers on how effective this particular campaign is.
I think what happens that this this was worked out by Philip Banks, our printer, who is our Hexagon nonprofit printer. So he
Yeah,
owns a company, a printing company. He's able to do stuff at no profit to him, and
that's
that
freaking
gets us
awesome.
a better rate. So that's why in some of these zip codes, he's been able to get us 28 cents per postcard.
That's
And
freaking awesome, man.
whenever it is that people come into the space, the postcards groups, t.me/ hex postcards, they'll always ask, like, can we print out more and get a lower price? And the issue is basically after 10,000 postcards, the price doesn't get much better. It's about like 10 or 8 cents each. It might go to 6 cents. I'm not exactly sure, but the issue always is the physical mail service that delivers it to the door. They're always going to charge the most, and we just can't get any lower on those
Yeah,
prices.
yeah. There's a limit. There's a limit
There
to
are
it. Yeah,
there are some people who claim, like some very large organizations that do these mail campaigns all the time, that they have claimed like they could cover the entire state of Florida for 17 cents per postcard, but realized that that would cost us Hexicans, you know, how many $1 million
millions
per
of
pops,
dollars. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. And a lot of Florida doesn't need the postcard yet. Let's be honest, guys.
Exactly, but we do need somebody from the large cities in Florida to identify who needs postcards,
Yeah.
because I mean
So
Miami has their own municipal,
If you are a Floridian,
especially in Miami
put your hand
being.
up and join in Hex Foodies or Hex Postcards and make yourself known.
I think it's I, I think it would be amazing to get Miami right now because they're proposing, or they've already started a utility system tokenizing their payments, as I understand it, of Miami coin.
Oh man, I didn't hear anything you said.
As I understand it, Miami has a coin that they will allow people to acquire and use utility statements.
Nothing, man. Sounded like you said Miami has a coin and nothing after that. Okay, so it's just me and you guys again, but at least we have some tiddies in the background, so it makes it easier.
I'm getting major rugging. So Finbar, should we just
Yeah,
can
well,
you can you hear me?
I hear you poorly now, but at least I can make out what you're saying. Do you think we should wrap it up and continue next week?
Let me say real fast since you can hear me. Um so this QR code goes to an unlisted video. So we're able to see how many hits we get off of it, but also we're in the progress of getting someone like 8-bit, I believe, to use a software or a service that he's already paying for that will track where it is that people scan QR codes and enter the information from. So I believe we'll be able to understand exactly how well this hits, but the
Do you think
amount
you
of
can find the zip code where they connect to the website? That'd be golden information because after somebody gets something like this on their Jeep, then they go home, they open the website with their phone, and a week later, a postcard comes in the mail. That'd be like
that
awesome.
would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So I think you can do it like regionally, but I don't know about zip code.
yeah,
I th-
yeah. Maybe
I
I'm
should figure I
hoping
should
for too
figure this
much.
out. So we
Yeah,
need to figure out exactly like how well we're able to narrow down the service that allows us to track where this stuff comes from. I know that it's able to go by state. I'm not sure if it's able to go by county within the state, but that's what we need is like county
yeah.
because then I can just match them, and just say, okay, we were in this area. Obviously, it's these zip codes. But keep in mind, hexagons, it does cost a lot of money to spread the postcards to everybody in the zip code, and it would be much better if we went into each of these cities and identified, where is it within these cities, because there's going to be poor neighborhoods or middle income neighborhoods spread throughout the city. So we need to identify the exact strips, the exact blocks. Cool. And
Yeah.
then if you have some sort of unique idea like this was an idea that I had where I thought it was cool that Jeep people they flirt with each other by putting rubber duckies on each other's cars, and they put them on the dashboard to show off that they're so popular. And so I wanted to do this sort of thing, like flirt with them a little bit, but get them intrigued as well. And so sometimes I run across an aluminum door that won't take a magnet, and so I just rest it up against the door handle. But
Or
overall, I think
you
this
can
is a
break
fun
the
thing.
side window and put it on the seat.
Half the time, there's not even a top or a side window.
Oh,
But hexagons, you can do this sort of thing. If you have a unique idea, get in touch with Philip Banks. That this is him right here on Twitter. And he'll like these things cost me 16 cents each. They are not waterproof, I found out, so I could pay a little bit more and have a higher quality thing. But we're just spreading the word. And David James is a guy. I don't think I have him. Um, there he is. Okay, David James. He is a outspoken Hexican, and he did a video just the other day on Twitter saying that marketing is just getting out there. It's not about like your current emotions of yes, no, maybe so. Instead, it's about just hitting the numbers, getting as many people exposed to this brand as you can,
yeah.
and follow him on Twitter if you have Twitter, and if you're doing that sort of thing. And the same thing with Philip Banks. Cool. That's all I got, man. Except for some scratchy Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and the Wi-Fi got way better towards the end here. Last 5 minutes have been crisp and clear again.
I clicked on the sacrifice tab or link, and so what we're trying to do is show some urgency to the hexagons. What exactly comes out of this sacrifice? It's a true sacrifice. You don't know what's going to happen, but historically, what has happened is we've taken those funds and turned them into USDC. We've paid the printer, we've paid the mail services, and we've delivered to date. How many is it? Oh gosh, it
We
was
can.
on here.
Yeah,
There
I
it
think
is.
it is
So to
almost
date,
400, almost 400,000 postcards. So
almost.
That is wicked.
And then
And like, imagine there's folks like Jack Levin and people like that who've already received postcards and already are hexicans. So clearly we can see that this is working. And Richard is freaking loving it. The dude talks about these postcards whenever he gets a chance. That is like the the most sort of applaudable thing in my view.
and we're going to forevermore hold these wallets high. All of these people who have made donations, there are 58 wallets. Um, these 58 include previous wallets before we announced sacrifice stage or whatever. So like historically, all the wallets that have put forward towards the postcards are listed here, and so that's why you'll see one that's 98,000. That was one of the wallets that kicked this off. I think the 98,000 and maybe the 3,000 or something were like one of the first, and then came 24, and then the sacrifice hit, and I think these three came in. But
That is very nice.
we are definitely going to hold these wallets high and say these people did a true sacrifice, and maybe these people are silently sacrificing or giving to the project, but also coming into Telegram and sharing their views about how we could make things better. And that's what it's all about. Is all of us Hexicans. I said this like uh, probably 10 streams ago for foodies. All of us Hexicans need to zero down on what it is that we're passionate about and what we are good at and what we can offer the group. And let's come together during this bear market and all contribute to the larger whole. And so whenever it was that Togosh was had started this thing, I stayed away from it for a little while, and then he started this postcard contest. And because he was my friend, I joined the Telegram group and started paying attention. And then he said, "Hey, does anybody want to create a postcard advertisement for other Hexicans? Hey, we're doing this design competition." So I made a few postcards, and I also made this advertisement for Hexicans to get involved. And so that was me starting out in just fresh eyes on what it was that he was doing, and that was how I started participating. I'm not the marketing genius. I have ideas here and there, and I think that they're pretty cool. But I'm just trying to push along or add fertility to the whole. And I think that everybody in this group is able to do that as well. What is this thing that you sent me, Finbar?
I send you a picture that I think is uh, suitable for the thumbnail.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you can click it open and show it to guys to the guys if they agree or disagree. But I think that's like thumbnail worthy.
You're a big guy.
That's a pretty small car. Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
funny how
Yeah,
these cameras don't give us justice. Like I
yeah,
look like a small guy in my chair.
yeah. You do. Yeah, you look like you're barely 6 feet.
So
Are you six?
who's
Hopefully, you're 6 feet. Please.
why? Yeah, I'm 6'1".
Okay,
What?
good, cool.
Uh, look at how all of the handles have
Yeah, yeah, I know.
different
It's
color.
French. Well, like French. Come on.
Interesting.
That's silly. But it's a pretty old car. I think it's like 20 years old or something. I had to hop in to see like what it looks like.
All right, that's what it's going to be the thumbnail.
Yeah, and we need to find like a real clickbaity headline that you can put on top of it. Why did Finn Bear quit his job, or fuck the police, or whatever. Something that makes people want to click on the link.
That's what it's gonna be. Is why did Finbarr
Awesome.
quit his job or quit my job and that's it, right?
Oh yeah, something like that. I
All
haven't
right.
quit my job. I just quit school when I graduated, but it has nothing to do with the picture in the on the video. Yeah,
Well,
awesome, man.
thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having
It's
me.
always it's always a pleasure.
Oh, for sure, dude. I want to come over. When's the craziness gonna stop so I can fucking come over?
When do the Oh, I'm throwing a party October 15th if you want to fly over for that.
That's a that's
That's
that's too quick. I need to
that's
have a
1.5 weeks.
steak. I need to have a steak come out so I can at least sell all my hex and dump the price when I come.
Hedron's spiking back up right now. Maybe you could mint some and dump that.
Is it now? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, but I don't know. 15th. That's maybe too soon. But
Just for the
maybe
hell of it,
maybe
I'd like to
February.
know.
Like
I'd like to know how much would it cost for you to fly to Austin, Texas?
I'll send you a message. It takes a while for me to check out different airlines. I think maybe $800 or something.
800. That's cool.
Perhaps. I don't know. Way more than postcards, man.
Bullshit.
Hey, but this
Uh,
was fun. I like the blue-legged titties. They're my absolute favorite.
Indeed.
Everybody,
They're so cute.
everybody, get yourself your own blue-legged titties. They're freaking awesome. This guy is the best. That guy looks disturbed. Better, like his eyes are black. This one is on crack.
What is their natural environment? Like, are they from your
They're
area?
Galapagos Islands.
Okay.
They're blue-legged boobies from the Galapagos Islands.
Were they facing extinction?
Isn't
Because
everything facing extinction if you really think about it?
all right.
I think they know how to fly. They look like they're like sea like water birds, sea birds with the flappy feet they have. So I guess they're doing fine.
Should they be our mascot going forward?
Should we? Yeah, a couple of boobies on our shirt. That'd be freaking awesome. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why
Check out
not?
the boobies down in the
Yeah.
corner.
Check out the boobies. Like, yeah, you could have like just one boobie here, or you could have like one here and one here, and it'd be like, oh, check out my boobies. And blue socks. I've been really looking into the sock thing. I got some good connections
Yeah, I've been
into
waiting
like
for
a
these socks
proper.
to come out.
Yeah, there's a proper. Well, the thing is, it's really high season for them now, so they charge an arm and a leg if you want something before Christmas. But after Christmas, say like January, February, March, it's really quiet time over there. So they're really willing and eager to come up with all kinds of stuff if we just send material to them. I was thinking like Quattro Cinco socks and like socks that say business time and like at the soles of the feet or something.
Interesting. So when you put them
And
up, it's
like,
business time.
yeah, yeah. When you put your feet up, it says business time in the bottom of your feet. And then you'd have like just big fives going around your ankle, or maybe you could have like black socks where you have fives dropping like in that Matrix movie, the computer screen where it's that make believe code, but you would just have like number five in different fonts going down like that. You could, because they do whatever you whatever you can design, they can do, and they do it with colored yarn. So it's not printed on the sock. It never comes off. It's that colored yarn that makes the picture or whatever it is that you do.
Huh. I Yeah, we can get all sorts of creative with that. I can't
Yeah,
wait to see your test runs or whatever it is.
yeah, yeah, and it's not gonna be terribly expensive. I think I can get them out and delivered for something like $20 a pair, and they're not like your standard tennis socks. They're merino wool yarn that has a silver thread in it, like pure silver, so your feet never stink because silver kills bacteria.
Sweet.
And super soft because like merino wool is it's like the bee's knees. It's the best you can get.
So the other day I was thinking about your train thing when I saw this. And so this is a cartridge that you just press go on, I guess, this battery operated kid's toy, and it just starts setting up uh, the dominoes to then knock down by you later.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking of it like in hex or trying to.
Oh, you started to cut off again. Gosh,
no.
damn it.
Let's just call it quits.
Let's. Okay. Let's hang out in the green room for a second.
All right.
All right. We're still live. It's still live, man.
I know. We got all sorts of problems.